Hello, good afternoon. This is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X channel for global market updates this July 1, 2020. I'm sharing to you my Twitter page. This is Faces Trader. I am twitter.com/Faces Trader. You can follow me here for free. Remember that our YouTube channel is Awesome 10X, and really, the reason why I wrote that my channel is Awesome 10X is because I really believe in this quote. This quote actually comes from Larry Page of Google. True innovation happens when you improve something by 10x than 10%. So definitely in this channel, I try to promote 10x thinking, like what companies are going to move, like from $1 to $10, from $100 to $1,000, those kinds of thinking, not in a day, but at least like in a 10-year, at least a decade, 10x in a decade. So in one of those reports, just recently, I wanted to share to you that recently we were saying in our Awesome 10X channel a few things about this company called Limelight Networks. So I shared that OTT phase is increasingly interactive. You have a 9-fold increase in internet gaming traffic by 2022, a potential 12-fold increase in traffic for virtual reality and augmented reality by 2022, and you have a $60 billion size of a total global sports betting market that could even go $100 billion. So we do deep dives. I do deep dives in our website awesome10x.com. But definitely, this is a clip of a Limelight Network slide. So we have positions on Limelight, GAN, IGT, and it's been doing well. You could see that Limelight Edge has so many use cases for gaming, gambling, entertainment, Internet of Things, medical, video streaming, video security, legacy IT applications. They've been enabling the leading OTT providers from the early days for Netflix and YouTube until today for Amazon Prime Video, Sky, Vudu, DirecTV, even Roku is their partner, BBC, ESPN Plus, Stars, MLB AM, the CW, AMC, HBO, Walt Disney, Comcast, NBC Universal. When you go to the chart of Limelight Network, I'm going to share to you. Um, Take a look at the chart of Limelight Networks. It's actually moved from about 5 to as high as 750 these past few days. But in my view, when I study the company, even if I never got in at the lows of 250 around August 2019, I am happy to actually buy this on any dip from about 675 to 735. So I already have a position, but as usual, when I instruct buying opportunities, my horizon is really long term, so it's not like next week or next day. And I think that for those of you who are watching this channel, you might want to study Limelight Networks. This is a content delivery network provider, CDN. Of course, maybe you're aware of other CDNs. Akamai is also the world's largest CDN provider, helping Garena, and it's also been doing well. We also have a position here at about 100. Target for Akamai is 130 long term. So this is a bit bigger. Not bit bigger. This is the largest. So a lot of people are, of course, aware with Net. That would be Cloudflare. You're also aware of Fastly. All of these are your edge communications platform that enables very strong content delivery. As you could see, all of them have their specific strengths. Net Cloudflare is strong, strong breakouts at 24, 28, dips at about 32, 33 would be a good. I mean, I personally have a bias with liking Limelight more than the rest. So if I had to choose only one, then I'll choose only Limelight. But it doesn't mean that I don't like these sectors, these stocks. Of course, Fastly has been very strong. You could see that from about 12, 11. I'm wrong. Like I thought that at 58, that's already done, and then it even went as high as 85. So but then again, my stop loss is 100, and then honestly, I don't even do shorting. So that's like me just thinking out loud, like, Fastly at 75 or 58 is so expensive, but Fastly is still at 85. So I could be wrong. But definitely, this company on dips will be an attractive entry for me. But that said, I'm waiting really low for Fastly. Like I can't enter at these levels, and I don't mind. Now, recently, of course, you have a lot of news. Let me show to you a company that was actually brought to my attention by a friend. Um, Himax Technologies Inc. So this was a surge. This is actually a strong breakout at 3.6 with very strong volume. In the last 5 years, you could see that Himax has done nothing from about $1, rose to 15, fell to about 6, went to 14, fell all the way back to $1. So I want to see like what happened here. Is it gonna go back to at least $6? So that's a topic that I am gonna study. But I'm gonna share to you why Himax Technology soared today. So this comes from the Motley Fool. Shares of Himax have soared 28%, brought about by the company announcing an offering supporting an AI framework created by Google. Google is now Himax is launching WiseEye. This is WEI plus HX6537A. This is a new processor supporting Google's TensorFlow Lite for microcontrollers. Introduced last year as a new variation of TensorFlow, TensorFlow Lite is a framework that allows developers to implement deep learning and AI on low-power mobile and embedded devices. The WiseEye offering includes a processor and always-on sensor. So you might need to try to study this. Hi, Himax, of course, is a semiconductor, and there's actually a lot of semiconductors that had really wonderful moves yesterday. It seems like it's an earnings play for these one. So as you could see from the chart, Xilinx is a strong secular trend. Okay, so as you could see, this one from about 20 to as high as 130, back to about 70 on the news of U.S.-China tension before. So like at 100, there was ample room to drop. So it was about 70. But right now, it looks like we are seeing another way to potentially that it looks like this consolidation is over, and we are getting a potential rally back to about 110 and then going back up. So what's the catalyst for Xilinx to negate all the bears in the last few years? You could see that was this was around 2 years of downturns, and it looks to have a reversal already. So let's read why Xilinx went up 6% last night. Is the U.S.-China tension over? And is this something that we can actually start to buy? So chip stocks were rallying on Micron and Xilinx news. Let me read that for you. Put it on your watch list. So definitely, I'm trying to share to you companies that are good to do your due diligence in. This is not like buy reports like, oh, Nikki likes this, so I buy. No, it's not like that. You have to also study it. And if you don't want to study it, you can also just go to our Awesome 10X class wherein we study it for you. And yeah, so we can do that for you as well. But chip stocks are rallying on Micron and Xilinx upbeat announcements. Micron upbeat May quarter report together with Xilinx sales guidance hike have chip stocks rallying once again. So definitely, you could see that Micron and Xilinx have been laggards against your AMDs and NVIDIAs. And so like there's ample room for a relative re-rating here. Micron is up 4%. A lot of this has to do with their guidance, thanks to the demand for internet cloud giants. And then Micron did note that automotive memory demand is weak. PC unit shipments will be down lower this year, but they're optimistic about the second half smartphone memory demand, thanks in part to the launch of the 5G phones packing more DRAM and NAND flash memory than comparable 4G models. Forecasting next gen game console would boost your graphic DRAM sales. I'm gonna share to you the chart of MU Micron later. Of course, Western Digital is also up. NAND rival Western Digital WDC is up close to 4%. In addition, even the other chip equipment makers such as Lam Research, LRCX, Ultra Clean Holdings, Axelis Technologies are up 3%, responding favorably to Micron's mixed capex commentary. Now, Xilinx, which is together with Intel, is dominating the market for the FPGA. So this is the field programmable logic chips. So those are really strong for the 5G move. Xilinx is up 6% after it expects that its June quarter revenue would be up to about 720 to 734, higher 10% from last year's guidance of 660 to 720 million. So the company is now attributing a stronger than expected demand from its wired and wireless group. This is 24% of their revenues, and data center group 10% of their revenues. Although they have a weaker demand on their automotive, broadcast, and consumer segment, which is 16% of their revenue. Xilinx commentary about the wired and wireless group is the latest in a series of data points indicating the telecom capex. This is both for wireline and mobile networks. This all trading higher with an exposure with telecom equipment such as Marvel, MRVL, Infi, IPHI, Macom Technology Solutions, MTSI. Both Micron and Xilinx are still offering cautious remarks, but you could see that their guidance is stronger. You could see that all of these is related to 5G. So for those who aren't aware, Micron and Xilinx was really had the bulk of their clients being Huawei. So they addressed this in their earnings call. Micron said that inventories among cloud clients are healthy. And then they're also saying that purchases by Chinese clients following the arrival of new sanctions against Huawei is, of course, one of their potential geopolitical considerations when people are investing in them. Xilinx, of course, is a portion of their revenues are still being trapped because due to the customers being Huawei. Take note that Xilinx had to reduce their guidance because there was a ban in selling anything to Huawei. There was a U.S. government restriction for international customers. So if those bans actually get lifted somewhere in the next 6 months or 12 months, following a different president, you might see something good for Xilinx. So let's actually I think this is something that you want to study. Micron and Xilinx has a huge guidance downgrade last year due to that Huawei problem. So some news for you. So you know that. So there's Xilinx. Of course, a lot of people are so happy about all of these all-time highs. Let me show to you what charts-wise have been doing. Kingsoft Cloud is now at all-time highs. Kaboom. Any dips at about 28 was really met with a lot of buyers. Nevertheless, for those who want an entry for Kingsoft, you might need to wait it a bit, see if you have an entry lower. But if not, congrats to all those who have this. Try to study Kingsoft Cloud. This is a lot of clients. Their clients are Huawei, Alibaba, ByteDance, tama ba? Wait, Kingsoft Cloud. Yeah, so like just try to study more about this. So it supports a lot of mobile gaming, a lot of those content delivery networks by ByteDance for those TikTok. So a lot of those things are very important in our world today. So study Kingsoft Cloud. Some of the all-time highs are, of course, very much known. That would be your Tesla. That is a clear all-time high, breaking 1,030. You've got resistance at about 1.4. You have Catalyst on their second quarter deliveries, and second quarter deliveries will appear, I think, next 2 weeks. And then you have those battery day by September 15. You already got the data that as of the month of May, you had about 11,000 delivered from the Shanghai Tesla Gigafactory. So definitely, if you want to know more, you just search for the Tesla Life, a lot of YouTube channels, so that would help you out. Now, of course, that electric wave has been helpful for a lot of electric sectors. You could see BYD company has rallied from 30, now it's about 60. But that is actually a supportive consolidation. So we might see it actually go as high as 80. We're also seeing a lot of other potential movers. Of course, Tesla's strength will help Albemarle, which is the lithium-ion miner, the largest lithium-ion miner, supporting all your Tesla batteries for your Tesla car. So this is a good thing. There's a buy signal at 75 to 77. take a look at that name, study it further if you're not aware. Of course, Ford and GM are also giving you buy signals. Ford here at 6 below, we've been buying. Right now at 608, I think it's going to go about 8 to 850. You have ample reward versus your risk. General Motors Cruise also doing well. So for F-150, the Mac, you can actually check all of that on your own. Just do your due diligence. General Motors, check it out. You've got your supports at 25. Looks like a decent upside reward to about 34. There's a lot of movement in the electric space. Of course, Workhorse was very, very strong, but this seems to have gone way overboard already at about 20. Take note that it started at about $1.40 since March. That is indeed a 10x move from about $1.40 to as high as 19, more than 10x in just, well, that was just 3 months. So there is ample room for a downtick here, but I'd say that somewhere at about 10 would still be supported for Workhorse, given that this was a sustainable, fundamentally backed electric truck. So that is a huge rally. You've got downside due to the valuation and getting priced in. So it could actually languish in the next 6 months. If you have your profits, take it out. So congratulations for those who really got the Workhorse really, really strong. Nevertheless, I wanted to share to you that of course, I am very bullish on Gamble esports. We have been sharing this in our classes. If you've missed our classes are recorded. All of our Friday classes are recorded. The Monday to Thursday class is only available for the paid version, so it's only available to the Awesome 10X paid circle. But then again, okay, so for Gamble, which is an esports entertainment group, is rallying now. So the secular trend, of course, is to be able to bet on the League of Legends, to be able to bet on Counter-Strike Go. Those are secular waves that you want to actually enter. So Gamble actually is still a $60 million market cap, and the sports betting world is foreseen to hit about, esports betting could run anywhere from about 1 billion to 10 billion. So with so much opportunities in the next 5 to 10 years, you might want to study GMBL for your portfolios. So you've got resistances at about 850, drops at about 630 will continue to be bought. So 550 and 630. So Gamble is actually more like a backdoor listing play. The past few years would not be a relevant chart because those are not so Gamble actually entered the market through a more like a backdoor. So like they entered through a company and then they changed the ticker, and they actually just started around month of May or June. And I'm actually excited about another esports company, but it's not listing in the USA. The name is Lockbox. So they're going to have an IPO in Toronto Stock Exchange. So Lockbox is actually one of the largest companies in the world when it comes to sports betting, esports betting specifically. So let me just share to you a few things. Let me go to our so not electric energy. Okay, online casinos and esports. So here, Lockbox. So I'm quite bullish on this company. I haven't really checked or studied because I don't think the prospectus is out yet. But this one is something that I'm looking at. Esports betting platform Lockbox raises 3 million ahead of the IPO. So you could see that it's already going to list in Toronto Stock Exchange. So that would be in Canada. $3 million esports betting bookie. So they're a bookie. It has been oversubscribed by investors. It is Elephant Hill Capital's TSX fund. They plan to IPO summer 2020, and they're going to grow it in Toronto. So what's this? So far, I think it closed already on June 15. So there was a strong interest. You could see that 500% rise in the number of esports bets. Their CEO, Kenton Martin of Lockbox, said that the first half was so strong. Betting volume increased 5x since November 2019, approximately 13x. The number of deposits has decreased by 10. Esports is currently one of the hottest sectors, and investors clearly have the opportunity, particularly when many alternative forms of entertainment have been severely affected by the outbreak of coronavirus. coronavirus. So chart wise, like I could say that Gamble is doing well. You could see it a strong breakout. GAN actually was all-time high, but this was deflected yesterday. But that said, it doesn't change the big picture. To me, those who got in correctly at 14 and 18 are still heavily in the money. Even those who have entered at about 25 here, any drops of GAN Limited would probably, in my view, be tested here at about 23.50 and more buying here at 21.50. I see this as an uptrend channel. So in the short term, you might see a resistance somewhere at about 29, 31, and 33. But if you believe that sports betting is the wave of the future and GAN Limited is a strong company handling all of them, like Churchill Down, Barstool Sports, FanDuel. So study more closely about these companies. I'd say that you have a lot of opportunities for you. I hope that you've learned a lot, and I'd like to personally ask you and invite you both in my YouTube channel, my Twitter, and also like let me share to you the Awesome 10x group. So this is our awesome10x.com. For those who are watching this, I do spend a lot of time giving a lot of deep dives for you. I'm going to share to you that our courses are every day, but it doesn't mean that you have to watch it daily if you are if you're busy, you have work, you don't have time. So it's fine. I do it for you. We do deep dive. So of course, this is the inner circle. I do like yesterday, I've been discussing the Limelight networks. Then we discussed like what's happening on the boycott, the digital advertising. More on that. Actually, for Facebook, it never really got down to about $200. So I'm aware that we are still waiting for an entry. So there are a lot of things. Of course, electrification of the world is a very big thing. You want to know which sectors you want to be betting on. Plural site, Netflix of education. These are just a few topics that I've done for June. You could see May, April. So there's like every single day, you've got a lot of updates. So you'll learn a lot, especially if this is something that's new for you. Don't worry, I have people who have been like beginners. So I'd say that I'm here to help you out to learn something that you might have not known yet. So just one more before I go. Another news. So Shake Shack. So Shake Shack actually had said that they are opening 55 new stores. Let me just read it for you. So Shack has actually a support at 48. And it actually started to rebound. Actually, it never hit 48. The low was 49, back to about 52. That said, food as a group sector is not gonna 10x yet. It's gonna take a long time, but definitely we are seeing a bottoming out here. Drops at about 48 will be supported for Shake Shack. It has funding. It already got $150 million. Although their sales would not be so good, you'd see like rallies might be capped here at about 65. It is still a trade that you could make. Last before I leave, please allow me. Last before I leave, Macy's has an earnings tonight, July 1. So definitely, I've been buying this name. You could see that the billionaires have been accumulating Macy's from about 5 to 6. The Czech billionaire, he sold some when it rallied as high as 9 to 10. But even at 7 and even at 6, you could see that this is swarmed by a lot of your bargain hunters because Macy's has been doing a restructuring bet. So this is more like a value bottom fishing with only about 2 times price to earnings ratio. Even if I say that the earnings would drop 50% or it will have losses, what I like about Macy's is that they've already been cutting $500 million of costs. So they've closed a lot of stores. They've laid off a lot of employees. They are ready for the post-COVID world, leaner and meaner and better. So of course, they already have their e-commerce sales as well. So I think that this company is being priced as a bankrupt company when it's not. Last among the bankrupt, give me one last before I go. For a Luckin Coffee, of course, this has already been delisted in NASDAQ, but it is now trading in the pink sheets corner, pink sheets land. So in the pink sheets corner, it actually got support at $1. It rallied almost 100%. Not almost, it rallied 100%. So $1 to $2.40. So I think what's happening here is that the distressed vulture investors, they are going to kick out the management. So they voted the management out. They will liquidate all of the coffee machines, all of the stores. So I think only it's more like a lottery bet, to be honest, because the lawyers, the value vultures, and maybe a few traders and investors, they probably put $100 bet here, and then if the $100 bet is gone, then it's gone. But whether it goes $5, $500 someday, then it really is how much they bet. I'm not saying that it will be saved, but the thing about the NASDAQ, the listing, is that whenever you're delisted, you're just going to your pink sheets land. So Luckin Coffee is trading in the pink sheets land as LKNCY. So happy birthday to Motley Fool. I love your service. If you're not aware who Motley Fool is, try to find them. Rule Breaker Investing. It's their happy birthday to them. So thank you very much for watching Awesome 10X channel. I want to see you again tomorrow, and subscribe, tell your friends about it. Learn global markets, learn the Philippine markets. Stock market is not meant for you to be scared of. It's normal for you to be, I'm scared, I don't want to invest. It's fine. I'm not asking you to invest money. I'm just asking you to invest your time, even if it's just 15 minutes. Watch the show, and I hope you learn something. Bye-bye. That's it.